Let's go. Today, Be'ez Hashem, we're going to go through the sugya of diapers. Very, very important. Simply because this is Nageh Be'ez Hashem. If it's not Nageh yet, it's going to be Nageh Be'ez Hashem very, very soon. Which is why it's important for a person to know how to use a diaper. So we're going to give some demonstrations. We're going to give a few demonstrations, so you're going to have to listen carefully to the demonstrations to understand exactly what we're going to be doing. Okay, let's start Rabbi side. Before we do the demonstrations, let's do what the shaila is. Okay, let's begin with what the shaila is. There's a machlokes rishonim about a Tofer she'eina shel kayama. What is the din of a Tofer she'eina shel kayama? Meaning that you're doing Tofer, you're sewing, but it's eina shel kayama, it's not going to last. The shaila is, what din does that have? Machlokes rishonim. Okay? Now, let's discuss the four shailas, the four problems, or maybe even five, of opening up a diaper and using a diaper on Shabbos Kodesh. Okay? What are the problems? Are you listening what I say? Okay, we're going to start with number one. You're going to have to listen very carefully to this one because I'm not going to be able to... Ellie, you listening? This one's a very careful one. Okay? The first problem with opening a diaper is the pashtus, this problem. Most people don't even chap that this is a problem, but this could be a problem. Yaakov Tzvi, are you with me? This is a very important one. This is not such a good one, I don't think. This one maybe, perhaps this one. Yeah, hey, look at this. We open up before you even get to the... This is Gavaldik. You've got this problem over here, look. This tab, before you open up, just when you open it up, listen to this, listen very carefully, everybody. Ready? Here we go. I don't know if anyone heard that, but I heard that. That just ripped. That just ripped. Are you allowed to do that on Shabbos Kodesh? Right? I'll try the other one just to show you that it's not just about that one. Here's one I prepared earlier. You thought like I stuck it before I came to the share. I had that one I did the baby wipe share. People are like, oh yeah, you put like a cup of water in there before you showed the baby wipes. Of course they're liquid here. Anyway, this one's fresh. I'm about to listen again. Ready? You heard it, yeah? You got it over there? Oh, Gavaldik. Beautiful. So, are you allowed to do it on Shabbos? Before you even get to the tabs that we have to get to, of course, the famous tabs, which, by the way, on that side of the tabs, you have exactly the same shaila as well. What do you do with such a case over there? That's shaila number one. Shaila number two now is now to open up the tab, right? Before I put it on the baby, as I open up the tab. Shaila number three is when I put the diaper on the baby, and I want to close the tab over the other side. Shaila number four would be, I guess, to open it up. Shaila number five would be, once the diaper is finished, meaning I'm done with the diaper, it's finished, I now want to, what we do is you do this. I'm going to give the item a little bit of a lesson over here. Your wives are going to thank me very, very much. Give you a lesson over here, you put it over like this, and you put one over there. This one, it stays into itself, and you do not chuck it out the window. You do not chuck it out the window, okay? I know someone actually who lives nearby. They were building, right now it's a beautiful building with a big cheder there, but years ago there was just a simple hole there. The foundations of that cheder very likely could be this. I remember seeing it with myself. Anyway, so that's the shaila over here. So let's start one by one to go through some of the shailas. First shaila, Rabbi say, opening up the tabs on the side, right? That shaila over there. What's the din with opening up the tabs? Okay, so you have this similar shaila when you open up a brand new sefer. It's so annoying sometimes. I don't know if you ever had this. You bought yourself a brand new sefer, you keep it for Shabbos Kodesh. Gavaldig Yisod Yishosh Avoda. A good Pele Yoyitz. Yakut Yosef. Beautiful. You open it up, you save it for Shabbos Kodesh. You open it up, and the page that you need is stuck. Right, the pages haven't been separated from the factory. What's the din over there? That's a real shaila makabapatish, by the way. It could be a shaila of a daraisa. Also koreya. Could be all sorts of shailas to do that. Is this the same thing or not? Is opening a diaper with the flap the same thing as opening lahavdal elef avdolos, a page of a sefer? So the answer is really like this. There's a Mishnah Berurah. The Mishnah Berurah is in Siman Shin Hey Sikot Memches. The Mishnah Berurah says what happens if you have a sefer that the pages got stuck together through the factory, shaloi bekavana. Shaloi bekavana, they weren't meant to be stuck that way. We'll talk in a moment if we get there, if we have time, we'll talk about a Band-Aid. Band-Aid is a whole different shaila, right? Band-Aid is very negeya. But upon him, the Mishnah Berurah says that if something became attached by mistake, so to detach it is not a problem. Okay, now by the way, doing what we just did is not a problem of Tofer, it's a problem of Koreya, obviously, right? Because I'm ripping something that was attached. That's the opposite of Tofer, right? Now, that's the case, according to Mishnah Berurah, what do? So what do you do in such a situation? You call up the factory and you ask the factory, how does it become stuck? What's the din? How does it become stuck? So I asked them, how does it hold up the factory? And I asked them, how does it become stuck? Not only that, I was zoich in America, in Muncie. There's a place, West Orange. Is that true? Is that what it's called?
It's New Jersey.
Jersey. It's Jersey? West Orange? Is that what it is? I think it's over there. Is there a place, Orange, near Muncie? There is. No, on the way to Muncie or near Muncie? Orange something.
West Orangeville?
Maybe. Is that near Muncie? I was there, I don't know. It was near Muncie, it was close to Muncie. I was by somebody's factory. A good friend of mine has a big factory in somewhere near Muncie. It's something orange, something around. That's what I remember. It was a couple of years ago. Anyway, he takes me around on the golf carts, right? That's the zach, right? You got to get on that in the camp, the Catskills. Once you get a golf cart, you made it. That's what it is. Then you know you made it. So he took me, the boss of the company takes me on the golf cart, spinning around all the factory over there. It was beautiful. He has a factory that makes plastics, all sorts of things. So we were discussing baby wipes and all different packages and everything else. But one of the things we came across was similar shyness to this. And he showed me that in the factory, sometimes when you press things together, especially if there's heat, especially if it's in package with the plastic around it, which is in case of the diaper, so therefore it sometimes gets stuck there, but it's not stuck by kavana, which means that when this became stuck, which it did, and by me opening it up, I'm unsticking it, it was shaloi b'kavana. That wasn't meant to happen. It was just the compressment of the machine when it compressed the diapers together to squeeze them into the package. That if you open up a diaper packet, they're squeezed in there. They're almost squashed in there. So therefore, it was shaloi b'kavana, so opening up that is mutter. So that's number one. Shaila number one that we just discussed, there's no problem with doing that, okay? Shaila number two, okay? Now I have the diaper. I want to know about opening the tab. Before I'm going to use it, before I'm going to put in the baby, can I open the tab or can I not open the tab? That is the shaila. So there's the Ramah and Simon Shin Yud Zayin. The Ramah and Simon Shin Yud Zayin are very interesting. Talks about the case of socks. Socks that were connected together by the dry cleaners because they want to make sure that the socks stay a pair, and therefore they put a pair together, one sock and another sock, they put it together, they tie it together. Al-manas, that you're going to open it when you open it. Whenever you fetch your dry cleaning and get it back. What's the halacha? Are you allowed or are you not allowed? Do we say on one hand, Lamaisa, it was a long time. I mean, by the time I picked it up, I'd put it into the drawer. By the time I used it, could have been a couple of weeks later. Or do we say that Be'etzem, you could have done it miyad, you just didn't need to. So Rav Falk in Machzeh Eliyahu in Chelik Aleph, which is, by the way, also the Minchas Yitzchak, Shevet HaLevi, Tzitz Eliezer, Debetzin Rabban Ben Moshe also, they hold that Lemaisa, when the factory closed this tab, it's like the case of the socks, which means it's closed for a long time, in which case opening it would be a problem. Why? Because it was made to close for a long time. As well as the psak, by the way, I just told you before, and in the Ramah is the machloek is the taz and the lavush, which the Mishnah Berurah is not machuyah. He doesn't paskin. In the shaila of whether or not the dry cleaners put the socks together, almanas for you to open it when you get it, the Mishnah Berurah does not paskin between the taz and the lavush whether or not it's mutter to open it or not. Right? That's why it's a whole machloekes achonim. What do we do lemaisa? So the Rav Falk and the Machzeh Eliyahu and the Minchas Yitzchak, Shevet HaLevi and others hold that this is going to be Asur on Shabbos. Why? Because when they closed it in the factory, it was for a long time. I'm saying you can imagine how long it is from when they make it in China till all the way you get it and use it and buy it in warehouses and everything else like that. It takes a long time. So if you look, I was zocher to see my Rosh Yeshiva Rav Shaimek Zatzal's sefer called Machzeh Eliyahu that he had in his own home, and he wrote ha'ora on the side of the sefer. Right? It reminded me of, when I was thinking about this morning, it reminds me of the Shabbos in the kitchen book when Rabbi Shammaya Shlita came to the Siyum. So he wanted to take a sefer with him. He said, can I take the Siyum? Can I take a sefer? So I'm going to tell him no, whatever. So of course, the Rebbe could take the sefer for sure. So when he left, I said to one of the Gaboyim, I said, it's going into Geniza, right? It's probably going straight into the Shemus pile. He said, absolutely not. He's going to go through it. And not only is he going to go through it, he's going to write ha'oras on the side. He invited me to come back to the house in a few weeks to see all the ha'oras on the side. So I'm excited to go back and see Al-Pi Kabbalah, how we answer different shaylas, Lamaisa. Now, Kaponim, what am I telling you this for? Because Rav Shaimek in his sefer Machzeh Eliyahu writes that he doesn't agree with Rav Falk. He doesn't agree, simply because he holds that when the factory made this to close, they made it to close forever, for a very short amount of time, I'm sorry. It happens to be there's a technical problem that I'm not there. If I'm not there, I have to say it takes me time. But be'etzim, if I'd be in China, and if I'd buy it from him the next day, I would open it the next day. And they have no problem with you doing that. If that's the case, then what? That's why it's mutter. And as I paskin, by the way, not only Rav Scheinberg Zatzal, Rav Moshe paskin this way, Rav Shlomo Zalman paskin this way. Which means, according to that, we have a huge machlokes aposkim. What do I do? So what's the mitzvahs? What am I meant to do? So the answer is that's why people, number one, open it up before Shabbos. There are many people that open up the tab before Shabbos and then they reclose it. Then it's fine, because it's only for a short amount of time, because during Shabbos I'm going to reopen it again. Or if they open it with a shinoi. If you open it with a shinoi, you're for sure okay. Okay? Now, B'ma devorim amurim. B'ma devorim amurim, stickers. Dahainu, I think, Huggies. Anybody uses Huggies?
Definitely.
Yeah, all day.
No Huggies? Buzz? What's that? Muskin, by the way. What about Pampers? Zalbazach? With sticker or Velcro? Velcro? Pampers is a Velcro, right? So it's a Huggies, that's the sticker. So B'madava Mamurim Huggies, Avol Pampers. Or for example, the Israeli Titulim, which is Velcro. These are mamash the best, by the way. It's mamash true. This is Gavaldi. By the way, they did not pay me to advertise, but you go to Israel, you get Titulim, Israeli, beautiful Paris Haaretz. It's Gavaldik, Rabbi Isai. It's mamash Gavaldik. They don't leak, they're moedik. And they also have a Velcro, which means on Shabbos there's much more of a reason that you don't have to open them before Shabbos. If you open up on Shabbos the first time, you don't have to use a shinoi, and you can be much more makel. Because it's a Velcro, there are many poskim that hold that Velcro in itself is already makel, especially in the case over here when you've got Machlikas Taz and Lavush, which the Mishnah in Shani Zayin doesn't even pass like. Me'meila, and you have Machlikas from Shlomo Zalman, and Yus Moshe and Rav Shaimek on one side, and Rav Falk and everybody else on the other side. Bekitza, there's a mokum to be makel 1,000% to open up for the very first time the tabs on Shabbos. Okay? Stickers maybe not. No, they don't actually. Moving on. Fastening it on the baby. So now we figured out. I'm allowed to open up the diaper. I'm allowed even to open up the tab. Now I put it on the baby. We are not going to demonstrate. But we put it on the baby. And I close the tab onto the baby. What is the din? Every normal human being that has any compassion on his children, well, it's going to be for a short time. It's not going to be for a long time. In fact, by the way, the Tzitz Eliezer brings down in Tshuva that if your mahalach is to rip it off the baby, like just pull it down, like almost like an underwear, like just pull it down, then it will be asa, by the way. But I don't think anybody does that, right? And you know anybody that does that? Nobody does that, right? It's not a gay, right? So the mela to tie it on the baby, there's no problem whatsoever. To unfasten it is for sure okay, because when it was put on originally, it was only for a short time. We're left with one last thing, and that is a very important one. And that is what unfortunately most people do not know. And that is simply when I finish with the diaper, you wrap it up, and on Shabbos Kodesh, Shem Yirachem, Rachman Litzlan, Laleinu Laleichem, you take the tab, and you close it this way, and then don't throw it, chas v'shalom, out of the window, but you put it into the garbage can, into the bin, but you don't throw it out the window. What's the din with closing that tab over there? Kamat ala poiskim, gedolei poiskim hold that you were over an issa d'oraisa. Why are you over an issa d'oraisa? Because it's Velcro, which we spoke about yesterday, the shittas are poiskim, we're not going again through it, and it's going to be there la'olam. If it's going to be there la'olam, nobody's coming and untabbing it. Therefore, when you do that on Shabbos, chas v'shalom, don't do it, chelo Shabbos, Mitzvah Shem, tomorrow we'll finish the sugya of Tofer. Have a wonderful, beautiful day.
Amen.